Hello, my name is Mike, and we're here in the kitchen today to talk to you about no-cry cut-resistant gloves. Now, these gloves are level 5 cut-resistant. It's actually 4 times stronger than that of leather. Now, you want to remember that while these gloves can handle cutting like this, or even holding the blade like that, you still really want to avoid any sort of puncturing like that, or cutting down on the fingers like this, because they're meant for really preventing any sort of mistakes. Now, I want to show you how to cut like a pro, and luckily for you, no-cry cut-resistant gloves will help prevent any sort of rookie mistakes. Before we get started doing any cutting, you first want to make sure you have a nice, stable cutting board. Wobbly cutting boards can result in your knife slipping and injuries happening. To avoid that, you want to place a wet towel underneath the cutting board to help keep it stable. In addition, you really want to make sure the blade of your knife is as sharp as it can be. Because you may not know this, but the sharper the blade is, the safer it is. A sharp blade will cut easily into a food, while a dull blade will tend to jump around, and it's very easy for it to accidentally cut you. And this is why it's so important to have full control over your tools. Now, let's talk about how to properly grip your knife. If you put your finger on top of the knife, or you hold it too far back on the handle, you'll have a dainty grip, and then you'll really need to use no-cry cut-resistant gloves, as you're almost asking for injury. Instead, you should put your finger and thumb at the very back of the knife and wrap your other fingers around the handle. That way, you will have a firm grip and total control over your knife. It might feel a bit weird at first, but in time, it will seem like an extension of your hand. Now, the most common mistake that happens while chopping is laying your fingers out flat. Like this, you might not cut yourself when you have no-cry gloves on, but if you press hard enough, you might just cause some injury. Instead, you want to form a claw so that your fingers go in and the knife hits up against your knuckles as you're chopping. In this manner, your fingertips are protected the whole time and also gives you control over your cuts. Now, let me show you something I'm sure you've all struggled